Hi, and welcome to another episode of Boulder Lab. One of the main things that I always look at during training sessions is how people place their feet when climbing. So today's episode will be on the importance of precise footwork and the best way to place your feet on footholds. We ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. It's easy to place your feet directly on the tips of your toes when you have holes which are facing down and when you have jugs, but when you have holes which are directional on the wall, it's much more important to get those hips close to the wall. And this is where placing the side of your foot on the foothold as opposed to your tiptoe really works. On this boulder, if I were to place my foot with just my toe on the foothold, and here, look how far away my hips are from the wall, and I really have to use my forearm here to pull myself into the next move. Whereas, if I start this boulder on the side here, I can already feel my hips naturally leaning into the wall. I'm very close to the wall already. I can pivot around, and I've reached the next hold. Once again, if I were to place my foot here, like so, with the tips of my toes, I'm trying to make the next move, and look, my knee's already in the way. It's already jarring, and my hips are really far away from the wall. But if I plan the movement and place my foot on the side of the foothold, my knee isn't getting in the way, and I'm already reaching up to that next hold. Let's have a look at the next one. Once again, if I'm placing my feet on the tips, look how much further I have to go to the next move, as opposed to, and I'm right there. And I've really leaned into my knee, I've reached over, and I'm at the top. While the technique I showed you in this previous boulder is great, as ever, climbing is not so simple. And you also have to learn to be able to pivot your foot out of this line against the wall in order not to block your hips against the wall. So, for example, here, yes, I can start with my foot placed right next to this volume to get my leg right over the volume. If I don't do this and place my foot precisely but on my tiptoe, I'm not only blocking the move with my knee, but I'm making this move really difficult for myself and quite strenuous on the shoulders. So I'll put my foot right next to the volume, lean into the move, and hang on to the next hold. But what I need to do here is pivot my foot out in order to swap feet. And this ability to pivot on footholds, like so, is also very important in climbing. And if you notice, if I pivot my feet, the movement comes right from my hips. So let's have a look at this next hold. I've come here, look Marek, with the side of my foot. I've made the move, and then I've pivoted out with my foot in order to make the next placement. I'll pivot around to bring myself into the next hold and really stretch up to the next position. And in the end, I like to pivot once again to get my hips next to the wall. Now, what I have to add here is not to mix up standing on the inside of your foot with standing in the middle of your foot. But there is a subtle difference, but it's really important, between the foot placement on the side of my foot and the foot placement in the middle of my foot. This is really unstable. Now, if you're a climber that notoriously places their feet just in the middle of the footholds and doesn't really look at their feet or look at the precise movement, I suggest you practice this skill on easy boulders. Practice looking at your feet and placing them exactly where you would like to weight them, and not just anywhere, because you've got loads of friction on your feet.
I have an idea to describe it from different sports.
Let's take my
take your shoes off. And I think the good description is, if you ride a bike and you want to ride the bike uphill, you would never use middle placement.
Your midfoot.
Midfoot on your pedals. Mm-hmm. You always push the bike up, push the pedals with the front of your foot. So it's the same here. It's just the way we are built.
Yeah, especially as you're actually weighting your toes. But if you weight the middle part of your foot, then your whole system becomes very unstable, from your knee right to your hip.
Yeah. So.
Okay. That's it, I guess?
I think so. It's all we need to say to you.
Yes, okay. If you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to put them down below. And we will see you next time. Thank you for watching Boulder Lab.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.